Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we don't script anything and we just be human and we talk and get vulnerable sometimes. Because being human and being vulnerable and being real is the best way to live. I haven't made a video in a while, and that is by design. I haven't made a video in a while because I recently just went back to Los Angeles, which is where I was born and raised, because a very close friend of mine, his mother passed away, and I attended the service. I wanted to be there and support him. I left on Friday of last week. Now it's Wednesday. So I left last Friday, and I got back Tuesday at like 2:30 p.m. and I probably got home at like 4:45 p.m. because if you live in New York, you know that getting to and from JFK is like a fortress, and you have to go on the air train and then you go to the E to get back to Manhattan, or you take the Long Island Railroad. And it's just a lot. It takes a long time. And like, you never want to take the car, you never want to Uber or taxi because it's like at least $80. And on top of that, you get so car sick going to Manhattan in a fucking taxi or an Uber. Oh, I thought I had a little bit more time tonight, but my girlfriend is leaving work now. She is Ubering here, actually, because she had a 30% off coupon for Uber. So I won't make it too long of a video. I feel almost fully recovered from that crazy flu, that like upper respiratory infection that was going around. I'm still coughing, but it doesn't sound like a death cough anymore. But yeah, me and my parts have been good, truly. I feel good to be back in the city. Do I want to stay in the city forever? No, definitely not. But I feel good to be back in the city because I feel aligned with what I'm doing. And like I've said in previous videos, I feel very good with my career trajectory. So all is good. Me and my relationship, me and my girlfriend are doing great. My parents were doing great. The funeral was beautiful. There was one moment that really stuck out to me. It was while everyone was giving speeches. And the service, it wasn't quite a funeral, it was more of a service. But everyone was giving speeches. And we were at an outdoor venue next to the water. It was called Boathouse on the Bay in Long Beach, California. And the service started at 3 and it ended at 6. And it's January 21st right now. So the service was on, I think, the 18th or 17th or something like that. And you know, January, mid-January, it still gets dark relatively early. And while the speeches were going on, we weren't quite outdoors. We were on like the patio of this restaurant. And there were these slats in the ceiling, and you could look up into the sky. And while someone was giving their speech, I was standing and I looked up, and through the slats, I saw these palm trees swaying in the wind. And the sky behind them was so gorgeous, and the clouds were moving quickly, and it was towards sunset. So the sky was this blue-orange, and the clouds were just like stark orange. And I remember looking up, and I had this weird feeling about how life is not persistent. Life is impermanent. Life is so transient. Everyone around us is going to die someday. we're going to die someday. But that view of those palm trees, maybe those palm trees will get cut down, but probably not. Let's just assume they don't. That view of those palm trees and the sun setting is something that's been around since the earth was made. I can't say since the earth was made because there were no palm trees then, but just that view that I was looking at. And it looked so beautiful. There was just such a jarring contrast between the mourning of someone's death and looking up and seeing the trees that will be there, that were there today, that were there 10 years ago, 20 years ago maybe, that will be there in 20 years. And everything around us, all of our lives, we all grow older, we all have to face death. But for our purposes, for all intents and purposes, that view that I kept looking up at, that gorgeous view, was never going to go away. It was like, it was such a soft view. It was so beautiful, like you could sit under that palm tree forever. With that wind blowing, and it was warm in Southern California. With the wind blowing, with the sunset perfect, with the water, little wakes lapping on the rocks. You could be there forever, but you can't, and no one can. But everything around you can be there forever. More or less, forever compared to us. That tree's not going anywhere, that beautiful sunset's not going anywhere. That water has been there for a long time, thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Millions of years, I believe. Everything on this earth will persist. And don't get started with like climate change or, if we keep doing this thing, harming the planet, there won't be a planet that will be persistent forever. Like, that's not my point. Like, my point is that there are these things of permanence all around us in nature that are so gosh darn beautiful. And we are so transient. Just that contrast of that beautiful view that I looked up at while hearing the words of mourning someone's death. And she wasn't old. She was in her 50s. It was just so jarring. How do you reconcile that? I don't know. The older I get, the more funerals I go to. My grandma passed away, I want to say 3 years ago. And okay, she's coming soon. My grandma passed away a few years ago, but honestly, I didn't have a connection to my grandmother at all. Zero. Truly, when she passed, I didn't feel much. And it sounds wrong, but I didn't. I didn't have a relationship with her. I didn't. I have no grandparents anymore. My dad's dad died when my dad was like 4. My dad's mom died like 10, 15 years ago. And she lived in Lebanon. And I met her once. So again, same story. And my mom's dad died 10, 15 years ago. I don't remember him. And then my mom's mom is the most recent one who passed, which was like 2, 3, 4 years ago. And I didn't have a relationship with her, like at all. She and my mom are very different. I remember one of my friends died in high school, There were a few deaths in high school. Some acquaintances from college died. None of it has hit me super hard yet, though. When my cat died, that was truly devastating. And there's still something missing from me. When I think of anyone in my family dying, or my girlfriend, oh my God, that's gonna be horrible. That's gonna be fucking horrible. I feel like when something like that happens, it's then when my outlook, my perspectives that I have will just change fundamentally. Like there will be, like my dad's 73 going on 74. He's the world to me. He is the fucking world to me. He is my rock. Life, I know for at least a very long time, will be divided in my life with my dad and then my life after my dad. Like that book, I don't know if you guys have read it, by John Green called, I think it's John Green, called Looking for Alaska, where the whole book, the lead up, like the first half of the book is this young guy falling in love with this woman named Alaska. And the second half is Alaska dies and reconciling with that. And you know what? Thinking about it, I want to fucking read it. I want to read it again because it was so good now that I'm talking about it. I mean, it's a young adult book, but who knows? You know, I'll give it another toss. I'll give it another whirl and we'll see if it's just too cheesy or corny or young for me right now. We'll see. But that's how I imagine my life with my dad will be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I'll get on without him. So my girlfriend's almost here, so I'm going to wrap it up. But yeah, I guess this is another quick one tonight, just as I was getting in the groove of things. I hope that everything's been well with you guys. I'm going to get back on the routine here. In like a week and a half, though, I'm going to be traveling internationally with my girlfriend to her home in Colombia. I want to bring all my camera equipment, but it might just be too much of a bitch to bring. But regardless, I missed this. I enjoyed this. I think next time I'll probably talk a little bit more about my feelings. I feel like it's been a little bit surface level lately. Why not? Why not? Maybe because I feel more robotic doing this now. Like I could just talk. What about digging into something else? Something deeper in me? We could do that next time. So that's it. I'm going to let you guys go. And if you like this, subscribe and like the video. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good night.